Bryce Evans becomes the most played T20 here tonight, 27.
Just doing a few little numbers myself, and what I've noticed is how little T20 cricket most of our play.
Oh yeah, isn't it? I'm glad it's spread through the other divisions now.
I'm glad someone bought into it, because the feedback I got initially when we sort of said,
last
do
year.
this, everyone's like, oh no, they don't want to do it.
Last year was perfect D to F grade, and all of a sudden Baldivis decided to put all A graders in. So come on. It was going to be my go last year. It was going to be, yeah, okay, I can
No, but I mean with like, we've got to play more of it. We've got to play more T20. We've got to play more different forms
now, and it's getting known. And
this is a good comp.
While they come down here, they go back there and tell their mates.
Yeah.
They can get down to the peel, mate. You know,
This is a good competition. This was a really good competition. The youngsters that played in it last year were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I've done this cricket thing for a while. But I don't think he's going to play this year, because the bloody idiot went and played footy and broke his arm or his leg or something stupid like that.
Who's that?
Albert
Yeah.
He is an absolute
He's the same age as my son.
Yeah.
So they grew up through juniors playing against him.
Yeah.
Albert. Good little player.
Mate, little, he's
just big.
He's a monster, and he's serious.
He lost the under 14s in our last game, the batting averages. So we had a young fella, Taj Dennis, and he needed 62 not out to get it, and he got 63 in the last game, and stole the averages off him that year in under 14s.
No, but he could be anything. He could seriously make millions of dollars playing T20 cricket around the world.
It's like Teague, you know, Teague's just phenomenal. He's the first kid I was playing up at Thornley and training down here. I trained at Mandurah because Thomas was there, my mate, who's at Singleton. He was president. He said, come down and train with us, because we live at Singleton, it's easier. So I go down to Mandurah, a little 9-year-old bowling at me. Too quick for you, old fella. Fucking who's that? I came and bowled to him, and he said, are you going to bowl in quicker? I turned around to the bloke behind me and said, who's this fucking little prick? And it was John. John said, that's my boy. He's 9. He's getting stage by a 9-year-old.
But he was a cheeky little shit.
Oh, yeah. Good little man.
He's matured into a beautiful man.
And he's stayed level as well. He's not gone on piss, he's not partied, he's not, you know, Corey was the other one. I managed him in Philly.
Yeah. He'll be alright. He'll be alright.
400 ahead of everyone else.
Alright, so what we got Bryce there for?
So Bryce will be the most played T20 at the Singleton Irwinians now, 27 from Ian Bose, who's 26. He's also got 639 runs for the comp at an average of 25.56. 71 fours and 15 sixes.
Right. You took all the numbers, didn't you? Yeah. Okay. Can I have a quick squeeze?
Yep.
There we go. Right, so Loveridge is 44. Brad's 9. See if he changes his bloody shirt again this year. Bert's got 8. Anderson has got 0. Now all we need to do, mate, Collingwood, is finish off, get Mitchell, and then we've had a great trade.
No, he said he wants to go and drive. No, he's a fucking sook. I've got all his footy cards, and I've got extras, so I thought he'd be a superstar. Freddie Grundy is a good deal. 27, but we pay 150 for 4 years. That's better than 500.
No, but we could make money, because if we get Mitchell, that Hawthorn are going to pay
500.
Yeah,
Of his salary.
or something stupid.
So
So
I thought we'd cover Grundy, but we're paying 150 for Grundy. That means
yeah, that to get 27, there had to be something in it. So Melbourne said, okay, we'll pay more.
yeah, and we're still paying Trelaw. 1 more year of Trelaw for 350.
Yeah.
These 7-year contracts.
But they should be there.
They've been burnt twice.
That was the wrong move. That one. That was. It
But no club should do it.
No, I just think
No club. Yeah, and earn it. Gray is Dylan Gray, right? So there's been changes.
they could make 3 in that.
Yeah.
What do you, I've never seen it used like that. I started using it
Oh, mate. Yeah.
Gave me the greatest pleasure.
I was like Bucky. I'm in a typical competition. We have to pick our final 18, 16. And I kind of Bucky said pre-season. He said Collingwood have got a stable. It's been together for quite a while, a long time.
Yeah.
And when you look at it,
And they talked into that. They said, oh, Buckley trying to play this. No, he built it.
but the defence.
He did lose the plot, Bucks.
No,
Oh, yeah,
I'll tell you
So
what I
good
noticed.
him moving on.
When I noticed it, when I pre-O's training, they came out just so light and so carefree. Whereas when Buckley came out, there was that tenseness.
Yeah. Bucks lost it. He lost the plot.
He's so driven that it creates tenseness.
So Williams isn't playing tonight.
Yeah, we weren't done with the W yet.
Oh. Sinclair, have you got? Is that 16? Yeah, you changed it to 16. Rain is 7. Merrifield is 12. All right. Do we know it's Chiraru? But do we know how to pronounce his name? Chiraru. Gareth Chiraru. It's not. I should. Yeah, I should be better than that because it's not that hard. Chiraru.
So this is January.
Oh, how good was that?
I do want something else. So Mike's recording this.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right. Okay, we are on. We are here this season 22-23 of the RetraVision Premier T20 League. We are round 1 and kicking things off here. Singleton Irwinians and White Knights Baldivis on a very, very cool October evening. And here we go. So we're catching up very, very slowly here. Opening the bowling there for White Knights Baldivis was Stefan Boza. And opening the batting for Singleton Irwinians, Bryce Evans and Anthony Burt. Welcome everyone. In comes Steph Bosa, just back of a length. And the umpire's going to show his arms, and that's the first extra of the RetraVision Premier T20 League for season 22-23. So we're very, very proud to partner with RetraVision yet again, another season. RetraVision Premier T20 League, as in comes the right arm, Steph Bosa. And back of the length, on off stump. And Evans just touch that into the offside, no score. both are right arm over. Some significant movement there. Fielder's just trying to play the umpire there, I think, but that's clearly a wide. We've got the sound just about right, I think. Here comes Bosa, steaming in here. Over the wicket. Evans tips that in the air to mid-on, and he's out. And that's the first wicket of the season. Pretty tiny end there. And that's Evans, caught by Brad Williams. We'll go through some of these players. Brad Williams is one of the new players at White Knights Baldivis. So that's Bryce Evans out for North. Caught Brad Williams, bowled Steph Bosa, and Singleton 1 for 2. I had a few stats all lined up there around the audience there. Bryce Evans is now the most capped RetraVision Premier T20 League player in the competition. This is his 27th match. Oh, for Singleton, sorry. For Singleton. He has scored 639 runs in this competition at an average of 25.56. That average will drop a little bit now. He's not add to the score. Okay, so the incoming batter now is Nick Riolo. Very stylishly drives that to mid off no score. Nick Riolo is a returning marquee player for Singleton. The captain of Scarborough Cricket Club in the Premier League. Wicket Premier League. This is a wide one. I missed out on that one, but no damage done. And that's another wide. A little bit wayward is Steph Bosa. His early season. This is only the second game of the season. Very early start. Here comes Bosa. Steaming in. Angles that towards the stump. And the umpire's pulled wide there. And a long over. Steph Bosa is one of the leading bowlers, and still is one of the leading bowlers in this competition in the Field Cricket Association. Took 42 wickets last year in all cricket. Average of 10.71. Short of a length. Well, they whacked that off the hip. Could have been a chance there. Here comes Bosa again. Short again. Tipped in the air. You wouldn't believe it. That's another wicket. And that's a big wicket there for White Knights Baldivis. It's Nick Riolo, star of WA Premier Cricket, captain of Scarborough. 4 and out. And in an action-packed first over here. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay, we're sorry for the technical issues there, everyone. But it's that first game of the season thing. But that was an action-packed first over, no doubt. We had extras galore, but we've also had 2 wickets. So White Knights are not going to be too disappointed with that. And at the end of that first over, just to give everyone up to date, score is 2 for 10. 2 for 10. So opening from the other end, the Old Coast Road end, is Eric Botha. A bit of brotherly love here. So Eric Botha is a returning marquee player for White Knights Baldivis, former White Knights Baldivis player, currently playing at South Perth in the WA Premier Cricket competition. Okay, so everything's happening here. We're starting to catch up. The scorers are catching up. We're all getting there. So thank you for your patience, everyone. So in comes Eric Botha again for his 3rd delivery of this second over. Pitches it up well. Is that the 5th? Oh, there we go. It's even the 5th ball. And on strike there was Callum Austin. Callum Austin is a new recruit to Singleton Irwinians Cricket Club, coming from Rockingham Mandurah. So on strike now is Anthony Burt, who was watching all the carnage at the other end. And he gets onto the back foot and cuts that one for 4. A positive end there for Singleton. And they move on to 16. The score is 2 for 16 at the end of 2 overs. In the RetraVision Premier T20 League, season 22-23. So just a reminder, people, if you are coming down to the ground at all and you were going to sit in your car and watch from behind the bowler's arm, remember to turn your headlights off, because your headlights are going straight into the batter's eyes. It's quite annoying. Lights on at the ground, you don't need lights on in your car. So, start of over number 3 here. RetraVision Premier T20 League. White Knights Baldivis versus Singleton. In comes Steph Botha, charging in. That's a better line, better length. He'll be happier with that one. Dot ball, as Austin just lets that one go through to the keeper. So a bit of a ring field here, early doors. We've got a slip and pretty much a ring field. As in comes Botha, charging in. Ooh, swing and a miss. Not sure if he got an edge there. We'll see what the umpire does here. Ooh, that's a chance. And that was probably a regulation chance, you'd think, to the keeper there. A bit disappointing. The young keeper, Reed Stewart. That could have been a real, well, you never know, game changer. It's 1 to the score. That's a great shot there by Anthony Burt. Pierces the offside field. And that rockets away. Early season, the ground is still quite quick. It's quite a lush outfield. Because obviously we're just coming off quite a wet winter. And the ground is quite soft, but that just flew off the bat of Anthony Burt. And Singleton raced to 21. They are 2 wickets down and probably should have been 3. Here comes both the right arm over. A little bit slower there. Good line, and Burt just lets that one go through to the keeper. In the Peel Cricket Association on Saturday just gone, round 1. It's down to a 9-team competition, so Singleton actually, this is their first hit out for the season. In comes Botha. Slower ball, tried that one out of the back of the hand, lost that one completely. And that adds to the extras tally, which is racing along at the moment. So 2 for 22. And on Saturday just gone in the PCA, Peel Cricket Association, White Knights played in the first tie of the season with Hall's Head. Just lost his run up there, Botha, but he continued through. Pitched it up, and Burt just threw his hands through that one. And that's... oh no, well saved there. Thought that might have gone. That plugged in the soft outfield. Good chase there. Can't quite tell who that was yet until he turns around, but it was a real good chase there by the White Knights fielder. Good slide. And the batter's come back for 2. So Burt moves on to 11 off 7 balls there. Austin's on 2 off 4. And, chipped in the air. Top edge. But safe. And that's 1 to Burt. Maybe 2. No. So that ends quite an eventful over. It's all happening here at Peelwood Reserve, the home of the RetraVision Premier T20 League. And at the end of 3 overs, the score is 2 for 24. So Steph Botha just struggling with his rhythm there, and you can expect that early season. Having quite a wet pre-season, only 1 game, probably a scratch match before that as well. So everyone's a little bit raw. This competition provides everyone with an opportunity to get into it and get into the season. And it's an exciting season ahead, no doubt here. As Eric Botha charges in from the Old Coast Road end. Bouncer gets through, good pace. And that's straight through to the keeper. Burt had a bit of a swish, didn't quite connect. Probably not a bad thing, he might have hit that one straight down third man's throat. 1 game for a duck. We've got Singleton scorer slash historian slash statsman extraordinaire Tony King sitting next to me. As Botha gets through, generating some good pace here. And Burt played and missed yet again. So Tony King's like myself, a tragic Collingwood supporter, and we went through the highs and the lows of the season just gone in the AFL. In comes Eric Botha, working up a good head of steam here. Bowls that short. Oh, and dropped the recover. Dropped the recover. Good chase there by the White Knights fielder. They've saved the boundary. But that's another chance down. Can't quite tell who that was that dropped that. Baron Grove, I think. Burt got a lot of that one. Probably still a catch they should have got. They could have had their 4th wicket. In comes both the pitches that up, and Burt was trying to hit that one into next week. Swing and a miss. Score is 2 for 27 here. And quite a cool night. Not really an ideal night for cricket, but you've got to get the season off and away. And it's great to get the first game off and away after having a few washouts last season. Here comes Botha, bowls up one short, and through Bert. A little bit quick. It's yet another dot ball. Still 2 for 27. One ball remaining in this, the fourth over. Round one action. Let's see what he's got here. He's bowled quite a short block of ball. Pitch that one up and got away with that one. Bert lost his shape then. Missed out on probably a bit of an easy one there. So just the two off the over there. So it was a good over there by Eric Botha, the marquee player, returning player for White Knights, Baldivis. And wondering, no. Thought we might have had a change at this end, but Botha's going to continue. Looks like Brad Williams here warming up, so he's probably due to come on. Brad's a recruit to White Knights Baldivis. Still got the slip in. It's a bit of a surprise. Here comes Steph Botha. And Austin streakily off the inside edge. Gets that one to fine leg. And they take a single. So understandably, everyone's going to be a little bit scratchy, a little bit rusty, but that's okay. A little bit of a change in the field here. Obviously, Bert's trying to cut off that cut shot, that powerful cut shot. So they've got a cover point out on the boundary. Here comes both. He pitches it up. Not sure what Bert was trying to do there, and he's got a very fortunate inside edge, and that runs away to the fine leg boundary for 4. Doesn't quite matter how you get him, you just want to get him, and that's another boundary to Bert. He moves on to 18, and Singleton at 2 for 32. Round one action, RetraVision, Premier T20 cricket. Both have got here, steaming in. Back of a length. Third again, just lost his shape. Kept it out. Stop ball. Too much damage done there. There's Brad Williams doing everything he can to warm up. It's a very, very cool night here. Still surprised to see some people in shorts. So I don't understand how they're doing that, but they are. Here comes Botha. That's short, that's wide, and Bert slashes that one. One bounce to the cover point. A single. He moves on to 19 and the score on to 33. Field comes back in for Austin. He's still feeling his way in here. Just struggling a little bit, but he's still there. That one's hit in the air, straight to Williams, who's taken the 2 catches. That's just short. And that's 1 to Austin. Closer to the middle of the bat, that one. So he sort of maybe feel a little bit better. He would have had his heart in his mouth for a little bit there, but got away with it. And that's a single, 2 for 34. Austin onto 4. And this will be the final ball of both this third over, as that one's short and hit high into the night sky by Bert all the way for 6 runs. And that's the first maximum of the RetraVision Premier T20 League for 22-23. Bert hit that high into the night sky, got enough of it, and cleared the boundary quite easily in the end. That's 13 off that Steph Botha over. Not having the greatest start to the season here. Just really struggled for rhythm. Bowled right into Anthony Bert's wheelhouse there, sitting on the back foot. enjoying his cross-bat sort of shots there. And he moves on to a bright and breezy 25 off 18. 2 for 40. So we have a change of bowler at the Old Coast Road end, and this is Bradley Williams, new recruit for White Knights Baldivis. Right arm over the wicket. Brisk, fast medium. Field just spreading a little bit for Austin. So the slip goes out. He now goes into a pretty standard square leg. We've got a gully right on the edge of the circle. As in comes Williams, just back of a length. Austin just pats that into the offside. No score. So we have a fine leg, a short third man, a square leg, a mid wicket, a long on, it looks like, standard mid off. Cover, extra cover point. Obviously the keeper and the bowler, and in comes that bowler, Brad Williams. He lost his run up there. Bowled that one short. That's hit high into the sky. Finally it comes under it. Oh, and on the second grab. That popped out. Had a look. That's the third wicket to fall. And Austin just top edged that one straight into the sky. And that was caught by Cameron Rain of White Knights Baldivis. Well, popped out. Had a bit of a look. But he caught it on the second grab. And that's the third wicket to fall here. 3 for 40. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Proudly supported by RetraVision, ESA Sport and Everlast Sports Drinks. Fantastic partners to this competition. So for all your electrical goods, I'm going to get down to RetraVision. An extra 5% discount if you've got an RAC card. So for RAC members, head down to RetraVision and make the most of the already low prices. Get an extra discount. So the incoming batter is Brad Ranford, left-hander. Another attacking player. So we might see some attacking cricket here. Likes to square the wicket. Inventive player, not afraid to play 360. So we've got a short cover in here. The catcher, as in comes Brad Williams. Well, that one short. Just stuck in the wicket a little bit. It is an early season wicket. So good point there made by the stat king here, Tony King. Yeah, one of the new laws of cricket that have come in, which is a great idea. Just chat through after this ball. We've lost his run up there again. Hit a good area there, did Brad Williams, and Ranford just carefully defended that. So one of the new laws that's come into the game this season is that there's no such thing as a crossover anymore. So basically if the ball is caught, ball's in the air, whether the batter's cross or not, it's insignificant because the incoming batter will be on strike, which makes a hell of a lot of sense. In comes Brad Williams. That one just short of a length, and Ranford just gets on the back foot and guides that to the short third man, who slides around and gets that back to the keeper, and Ranford's off the mark. Always a good feeling. First runs of the season. Remembering Singleton had the bye in round 1 of the Peel Cricket Association Saturday just gone. Bit of a different field here for Anthony Burt, who's shown a real liking for the square of the wicket shot. So they've got coverage on the offside boundary and at third man. So you presume it's going to be stump type line. Wouldn't want to give him too much room. In comes Williams. Just pitches it up. It's probably not a bad place to bowl to Burt. We've seen that he's very strong off the back foot. They're very successful over there for Brad Williams, and he's first in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. 1 for 1. And the score is 3 for 41. 3 for 41 here at the end of the, what over was that? 6th over? Yep. So we have a change of bowler here at the, we'll call it the doctor's end. Amardeep Gill coming on in this the doctor's surgery end. Looks like the first bit of spin bowling we'll see for the season. Or no. Little gentle medium pace with the keeper standing up, and that gets through the keeper. That'll be buys. Yes, it is. So buys there. Playing a miss there by Ranford. So Amardeep just bowling a little right arm medium pace. The field changes back for the right hander. The boundary fielders. In comes Amardeep. Angling into the stumps, but going down the leg side. Appeal for LBW, but never out. So we're outside the power play now. So for those listening in and don't quite understand the T20 rules, power play, you can only have 2 fielders outside the inner ring in the first 6 overs. Outside of that, you can have a maximum of 5. Here comes Amardeep, angling in, right arm over. And Burt just can't pierce the offside field there, off the front foot. So the boundary riders are long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, fine leg, and third man at the moment. Good start here by Amardeep. Right arm over. Again, angling in. But gives himself a bit of room and just gets that to long off. Easy single. They move on to 43, do Singleton, 3 for 43. We've got 2 balls to go. 3 runs off the last 10 balls here. Bit of keeping there. Got away with that one. Keeper will be happy with that one. Had the greatest start, so it's always good to get one in the gloves. Confidence will be up a little bit there. Somebody comes through to finish the over. Ranford just nudges that into the offside field, and they take a quick single. Get there in the end. It was a good start there by Amardeep Gill. Oh. We have over here by the scoreboards, but the umpires have given an extra ball. That's okay. That's a slow ball there by Amardeep, and run out chance. No, they get there in the end. So quick single. And I think that's now the end of the over. So the score is 3 for 44. Only 3 off that to the bowler, that is. 4 off the over, but 3 to the bowler. So really good start there by Amardeep. So we'll go 45. Don't listen to the commentator, listen to the scorers. 3 for 45. Okay, just getting a bit of feedback here from the listeners. We missed the no ball, that's what it was. Is that a change? No. Or is it? So it is a change of bowler there at the Old Coast Road end. We have Bradley Miles coming on. And this will be the first bit of spin. That's a drag down. And that was chaos. If you wanted a description, a visual description of what a long hop is, that was it. Yep, that was dragged down. This is typical on a cold day. If you're bowling wrist spin in particular, freezing cold here. Ball would have got stuck in the hand, and it did. Got away with it. That one's dragged down again. Ranford gets on the back foot, works it around the corner, and that's beaten Gill. It's short fine, and they take the 2. They take the 2. So Miles got away with that. He's got away with 2 rank half trackers that should have gone the distance, and they've only gone for 3. So he's been very fortunate here. In comes Miles, right arm, wrist spin. Again, dragged down. Ranford gets on the back foot, just chips that to deep mid wicket, and that is unfortunate for Ranford. How often do we see that? As a wrist spinner, just seem they have a bit of an unfair advantage sometimes. The rank half tracker is a wicket taking delivery, and that just proved it yet again. In the early season wicket, that just stuck in the pitch a little bit. Ranford got through his shot way too early. He couldn't have picked out the deep mid wicket any easier. And that's a bit of a disappointing wicket there for Singleton. So that's the 4th wicket to score, 4th wicket to fall here. White Knights will be counting their blessings. This could have been a very expensive over so far. Instead, it's proven to be quite a fruitful one. Score now 4 for 48. And that was Eric Botha out there on the fence. A bit like fielding practice that was. Didn't have to move, it just landed right in his lap. So the incoming batter is Josh Senior. Right hand. Played quite a significant role in one of the games last season, if I remember correctly. Played on one leg, he was injured. And helped get his team over the line in one of the close games we had last year, and great competition. In comes Miles. Another drag down, and that's beaten everybody. Just giving that a run, isn't he? So that's another chance, unfortunately. Difficult one. Would have been a bottom edge. Miles got away with that one again. Let's see how he goes with this one. Right arm over the wicket. It's a bit better length. But right into... Oh, great bit of fielding there. That was fantastic fielding. Bird will be a little bit disappointed there. That's his bread and butter, that cut shot. Got the 1. Score now moves on to 4 for 50. That's a better length there. Miles has skidded on a little bit. Senior just played that one to that short third man. And that ends a successful over in the end. 1 for 5 to Brad Miles. So 4 for 50. Burt on 29, anchoring the innings here. They really need him to probably be here at the end to set up a competitive total for Singleton Irwinians. We have Amandeep Gill from the doctor's surgery end to bowl his second over. Bowled a very good first over, very tight. Probably not a bad bowler here for Burt, who likes to give himself a bit of room to hit through the offside. Gill tends to angle it in towards the leg stump and does so again. Burt gives himself a bit of room and just drives that along the ground to long off for a single. He moves on to 30 off 26 and Singleton a 4 for 51. A nice orange scorches looking kit here for Singleton. Nice looking kit. Both teams got numbers on their backs, which is brilliant. Amardeep full toss, gets away with that one. Josh Senior there, probably be a little bit disappointed himself. He missed out on that one. Just sort of patted that to mid-wicket for no score. Bit of a change in the field. Deep cover comes in inside the ring. As the weather drops about 3 degrees, I reckon here, it is cold. And Senior tries to hit that one a lot straighter than where it's gone. It's a thick inside edge. And well fielded there by the White Knights fielder. Can't tell you who it is. Can't see the number from here. What I can tell you, it was a great slide into the ball, picked up, and what looked like a potential 2, snuffed out very quickly. Brings Bert back on a strike. Main man here, 52, and he's got 30 of them. In comes Amardeep Gill, angling in. Beats everything. I think that went through. No, given runs. So must have been a bit of an inside edge. So he moves on to 31, the score on a 53, sorry. That one angles in and watched very carefully by Senior. Run out chance! Oh dear. I think everyone took a bit of time to sort of react to that one. The fielder, the batter, the bowler. After all that action, that was a single. 4 for 54. Senior moves on to 3. Bit of a change again. Wicket goes out on the fence. Third man comes up. Long off, long on. Deep mid-wicket, fine leg. Here comes Maiden to bowl his final ball of his second over. Back of a length. Oh, and it beats the point fielder. Disappointing bit of fielding there. Bert gets a bonus run there, really. So another fairly economical over there by Amardeep. Score is 4 for 55 at the end of 9 overs here. Josh Senior's on 3. Anthony Burt on 31, the mainstay of the Singleton innings here. Like I said, I'm thinking that the skipper, Nick Maiolo, marquee player, would be wanting Burt to be there at the end. Really give Singleton a good platform to score a competitive total. In comes Miles, hopefully a little bit warmer. Might be able to get him on a better length. That is a better length. A little bit short, but onto that trusty back foot. Playing that cut shot, his favourite cut shot. Really disappointed there he didn't get through. In comes Miles again. Just back of a length. Good bit of bounce. Probably the top spin of that one. Well taken there by keeper Stewart. In comes Miles. Slow that one up. Back of a length. Burt just cuts that one through the inner field. And boundary sweeper on the offside just picks it up and gets that in. Easy single. 4 for 56. Burt onto 33. 31. So the run rates slow down a little bit. But they need to consolidate a little bit here, do Singleton. And that one's thrown up into the air. Bit of a lolly. And Seniors hit that one all the way. No, plugged. Didn't get enough of it. And after all that, what looked like it was going to be a 6 was just a 2. So although the ground's running well, it is soft. So hitting it in the air, it is going to plug. As that one did there. Better length. You'd be happy with that one, Miles. And that one's just really a dainty shot there for Josh Senior. Just glided that one to the short third man. No score. 4 for 58. Senior is on 5 as in comes Miles. Good length, good ball. You'd be happy with that one. And it's another good over. This is a fantastic little spell of bowling here by these two. in Miles and Amandeep Gill. So they've both gone, little 4 over block there has gone for very, very little. I'll get a little rundown of what it is. $16 off the 4. Very, very good little tight spell of bowling. Amandeep Gill's going to continue here from the doctor's surgery end. Following his right arm, little in-swingers. And that one's out, as you can see. The zing stumps light up the night sky here at Peelwood. It's a great thing to see for the bowlers. Great thing to see for White Knights Baldivis. And that's unfortunate for Singleton, because that is their main man, Anthony Burt, who's played a lone hand tonight. Out bowled, clean bowled by Amandeep Gill, who deserved that. And that's just a build-up of pressure there. It just highlights how important it is to bowl in pairs, bowl in partnerships. Just like batting partnerships are important, so are bowling partnerships. That's a big wicket there. That could be a bit of a game changer. The score now, that's a 5th wicket to fall. We can apologise in advance if you hear any teeth chattering or anything like that. We're doing everything we can to keep warm here. Provide you with ball by ball exclusive coverage of the RetraVision Premier T20 League here from Peelwood Reserve, season 22-23. Match Singleton Irwinians versus White Knights Baldivis. The incoming batter is Dylan Gray. 5 for 58. In comes Amandeep Gill, bowls that one, angled in, not giving the batters anything. It's another dot ball. 1 for 8, 2.2. Very good overs here. This is a telling spell, this one. And he comes right arm over, little angle, a bit slower that one, in the air. Oh no, dropped! Dropped, that was straight to square leg. Probably didn't pick it up as well as he could have. Ran in a little bit quick. On the move when he tried to catch that. Dropped what he should have caught. Dot ball, Amandeep. It's another dot ball. Dylan Gray just defensively plays that one back. 5 for 58, 2.4 overs, 1 for 8, should have been 2. That one's down the leg side. Thinking that leg buys maybe as a fine leg runs around. Does a great bit of work there. Taps that to the third man who followed him up. Leg buys that was. That's great team fielding. Desperation. So 5 for 60 here, Singleton. In this, what over are we in? The 11th over. So successful over there for Amandeep Gill. A rare maiden. Five for 60 here, at the end of 11 overs. It's going to be, these two are going to have to be careful here. With only 5 wickets left in the shed, they can't go too hard. In comes Miles for his 3rd over. Good length, good area. So he wasn't sure what to do with that one, and in the end he just sort of glided that to backward point, who's right on the circle. We need to rotate the strike a little bit here, the batters, rather than think boundaries. And he just hit that one straight to that backward point yet again. Another dot ball. Miles starting to get a good rhythm up here and starting to hit some good areas. Probably warming up. Here he comes. Right arm over that wicket. Leggies. A bit short, and that's beaten. Ooh, that's controversial. It's a wide. Thought that went right over the top of his bat there. But anyway, it is what it is. It's an extra ball there. for the Singleton boys. As Senior lays into that next ball. Doesn't quite get all of it. Sort of the inside edge, not quite the inside edge, but the inner part of the bat there to the deep mid wicket for a single. And that brings Dylan Gray on strike. First time against Miles here. See how he goes against the right arm wrist spinner. Bowls that one short and Gray gets onto the back foot. Hoiks that one around the corner. That's probably going to go for 4. Yes, it does. It's back with a square leg there. That's 4 runs. A well-needed boundary. And that's not exactly the first short ball that Miles has bowled, but that's the only one that's really been put away. Got away with a few there. Throws that one up. Slower. And Gray missed that one. And somehow that missed the stumps. 5 for 66 here. We're in the 12th over. This will be the last ball of Miles' 3rd over. Good length. Gray tried to hit that one into next week. Gets a very fortunate inside edge. Just misses the stumps. They get a single. Still a reasonably tight over. 7 off the over. Score is 5 for 67 here at the end of 12. RetraVision Premier T20 League action. Again, proudly brought to you by RetraVision. Remember, RAC members, if you head down to your local RetraVision store, not only do you get the best prices on the best products, you also get an extra 5% discount on top of that. How good is that? Change of bowler here at the doctor's surgery end. New bowler is Ben Merrifield, replacing the successful Amardeep Gill. Bowled 3 very, very good overs. So in comes Merrifield, right arm off spin. Starts, not a bad ball there, just back of a length. And Gray just probably missed out on a bit of a freebie. Ended up hitting it straight to the backward point, no score. Merrifield right arm over. Another short ball. This time Gray gets it to the long on for a single. He moves on to 6 and the score moves on to 68. 5 for 68 here. We're in the 13th over. This is the first round, first match of what will be an exciting RetraVision Premier T20 League. That one's just back of a length, and Senior, oh! Gets enough of it to get another maximum. That is the 3rd 6 of the night. Just over the deep mid wicket, the straight deep mid wicket. They've got 2 deep mid wickets really. Well, one's a forward square. Yeah, he's moved more to a forward square. That one just got over the top. That's a great shot there by Senior. Come down the wicket and hit that one along the ground through the offside. Put the long off, runs around, gets that back in. Good bit of fielding, good bit of cricket. For 2, Senior moves on to 14 off 13. Hard hitting middle to lower order batter. It's very handy runs for Singleton. Just a bit slower that one there. Good comeback there by Merrifield. 9 off his first 5 balls. Singleton 5 for 76. Comes to end his first over. Throws that one up outside the off stump. Senior just picks out the guy in the inner ring there. The only man to beat. Couldn't get through. At the end of 13, 5 for 76. It looks like Miles might bowl out here, which is a good move. So Miles has bowled a really good spell here. He's bowled 3 overs, got 1 for 15. And they've really sort of kept a tight rein here on Singleton. They've just kept losing wickets along the way, which makes it hard to really accelerate. Here comes, good start there. That one's chipped in the air to long on. No, he's got enough of it. It's better than a chip. Oh, thought that might have been a 6. That's 1 bounce 4. Just wide of long on there. Gray moves on to 10. And the score is now 80. Thrown up again, slow. Let's hit up high towards long off. Who sets under it? Oh, and that's another drop. That's another drop. That's at least 3 in the outfield. Keeper's dropped 1 or 2. Wouldn't want to rue this, the White Knights Baldivis boys. That one's short of a length. Senior gets onto the back foot and cuts that one to the boundary field on the offside. Who throws that one in, and that's just another single, 5 for 82. So yeah, that's 3 outfield catches and at least 2 off the keeper. They could have been batting by now, White Knights. It's thrown up very full on the leg stump. It's come off the pads of Dylan Gray. And that's pulled leg by there by the umpire. Very single, 5 for 83. Miles has 2 balls left in this spell. Quite a successful spell. Could have been even more successful. 1 for 21 he has with 2 balls left. Throws that one up slow. And Senior really waited on that one well. Worked that into the gap, but not enough. Well fielded there by the long on fielder who got around quickly. Stopped the second. Tony King's just muttering away here, saying that the 2 batters could have probably run a bit harder there. Probably agree. Here comes Miles to bowl his last ball, and that's a successful last ball. Clearly changed his pace there in the last few, and that one was even slower. And as you just saw, the Zing stumps light up the night sky here at Peelwood Reserve. And that is Dylan Burr out bowled by Brad Miles with a last ball of his spell. Successful one. And that is the 6th Singleton Irwinians wicket to fall. Tell you who the next batter is coming in. Done some good stuff here, White Knights, with their bowling in particular. The bowlers that are bowled in this middle spell have done some great work. Brad Miles after a bit of a rough start, but understandable in this very, very cool evening here. But he finished with 2 for 22 off his 4. Fantastic. 6 for 84 is the score at the end of 14. And the incoming batter is Nathan Anderson. But that one there is another maximum. So Merrifield just bowled into the wheelhouse there of Josh Senior, who said thank you very much, and he just whacked that over deep mid wicket for another 6. Got long levers, and we have seen a little bit of this before. He's a good hard hitting batter. There's 22 off 18. That one is a bit quicker, a bit flatter there. Senior tried to hit that one in a very similar area. Got a top edge. They going for the second. How's that one, umpire? Not out. Good running there by the big man. So a bit of a top edge over the top of the keeper's head. Taken a 2. He moves on to 24. Really handy knock, this one. And Singleton on to 92. Josh Senior's highest score in this competition, or full stop? In this competition is 29, so he's getting there. He's on 24. See what Merrifield's got to do here. So he wants to get away from his swinging zone. How's that one? And that's out. I think that was stumped, but that was an unusual dismissal there, because I think Senior lost where the ball was, and rather than make his ground, he sort of waited around outside of his crease. And Reid Stewart just picked it up and knocked the bails off, and that's another wicket to fall. That's the 7th. 7 for 92 here. That's a bit of an unfortunate wicket there for Singleton. Josh Senior was doing a bit of a counteract attack here. He'd be disappointed with himself. He'd be wondering how he actually got out then. And I think he just literally lost the ball. He didn't know where it went. And I don't think he understood where he was actually standing at the time. So I think they're running out, Tony, because it's cold. I think they're just trying to warm up, mate. Strangely enough, it hasn't warmed up. So 7 for 92. We are in the 15th over. Merrifield's gone for 17. 1.3 overs, 1 for 17. 7 for 92 is the score. The incoming batter is Chris Loveridge. Experienced cricketer is Loveridge, who takes guard. And he will have a look at the field and see that he's got a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off. Pretty much a ring field as in comes Merrifield. Throws that one up. That nearly got through. Nearly got through. It's a difficult sort of situation here for Loveridge because they don't know what they don't want to leave any balls here, I don't think. That one's more of a leg spinner, if anything. Loveridge off the mark here with a solid punch down the ground. The batters take two and get there in the end. Good bit of running. Well done by Anderson there. He took the initiative there. Come back to the danger end and got back easy. So we have 10 off the over there. Anyway, looked like it's one short, but that doesn't matter. So we have another new recruit to what not got it, Gareth Chiruru. So another spinner, right arm off spin. Coming in to close the innings. No pressure. Cold night. You're going to close out from one end. Not a bad start, straight onto a good length, good area, and that was Anderson's first ball. Very deliberate type of action. Anderson just works that into the leg side field for a single, and he gets off the mark himself. You'll feel a bit of a sigh of relief there. 7 for 95. Brings Loveridge on strike. Good square leg on the fence, deep mid wicket, deep mid on. In comes Chiruru, bowls a good area, good length. They should get two here, the batters. Easy two. It's not quite the field, that line, really. Got a strong offside field and he's bowling a bit straight. All right, now he's worked out that he probably needs an extra one on the leg side, yep. Yeah, there's a huge gap there. So field has gone on the leg side, a very short, fine leg. Here comes Chiruru, bowling right arm over. Off spin, very slow off spin, but deliberate. And at this stage of the game, it's a dot ball, very handy. Back of the length, beats the outside edge of Chris Loveridge. He was just trying to guide that between the keeper and the short third man. He missed everything. Top ball. Chiruru to round out the over. Not sure whether that was bat or pad. End of the day, they've got 2 runs, and we'll see what the umpire says. That is off the bat. So that's 2 to Loveridge. He moves on to 4. Score moves on to 99. 7 for 99 at the end of 16. Singleton would very much like to get up to that 120 sort of mark from here, I would have thought. It's always not a bad score, not a bad starting score in T20 cricket. Get 120, it's a runner ball. It's a bit of a start. But I guess after the start, to get to 100, to get to the 3 figures is not a bad recovery. And Steph Both is coming back on the bowl his final over. Quite expensive tonight, 3 overs, 2 for 32. Struggled for rhythm really. All will be forgiven if he gets a wicket or 2 here. Finish with 3 or 4 wickets. Sure he'd take that. So being very deliberate with the field, and I'll give you an idea of what it looks like. It's a long on, mid wicket, a fine leg, a third man, and a long off as the boundary riders. In comes both. That's a great start. That's a much better start than his first spell. Just hit the pitch hard there. Just reared off to Anderson, who was able to just get a glove to it, and they got a single. And that brings the 100 up. Singleton Irwinians in this, the 17th over. In comes Steph Botha. Back of the length there, and that gets through. And a bit of carry, good bit of bounce. There's still something in it here for the bowlers if you're willing to hit the seam and in the back. Been very blessed to play here. I don't think there was a bad wicket here last year. We had some absolute belters, and considering the early start to the season, this is another very good cricket wicket. It's up on Fuller, one of the fuller balls he's bowled tonight, and that's a dot ball. Every dot is gold at this stage of the innings. Figure's starting to look a little bit better. After a bit of a rough start at the start. Most of them were extras. He must have probably 10 extras. Just not quite getting his run up right there. And that's a good shot over the top. But again, hitting it in the air, not getting the value, just plugs. It's 2 to Loveridge. He moves into 8. Just telling his run, he's just struggling for rhythm tonight. It's a good shot there by Loveridge, but unfortunately doesn't pierce the offside field. Another dot ball. 7 for 102. 1 ball left. And this is the 17th over. Last ball of Steph Botha's spell. Just roll the fingers over the top of that one. And Loveridge just gets that one through to deep mid wicket for a single. And that ends his spell. 2 for 36 off his 4. Score is 7 for 103 at the end of 17. So important 3 overs here for Singleton. They'd really want to make the most out of this and see how far they can get. 120 would be a good score. So coming on to replace Miles, who bowled a really good spell at the Old Coast Road end, is Eric Botha, the marquee player. In comes Eric Botha, back of a length as Loveridge just guides that one off the back foot to that third man. Great bit of fielding. Good cricket. T20 cricket's not all about power. It's important not to waste deliveries there, and just the experience there, Chris Loveridge there just showed. Not panicking. Just guided that one to third man. Brings Anderson on strike. Plays a nice shot there too. Just guides that one wide of the third man, and they thought about the second. But new recruit here for White Knights Baldivis, Gareth Chirawu, showing his athleticism. Got around quickly, got that back to the keeper really quickly. Score moves on to 105 in the 18th over here. Hillwood Reserve. In comes Eric Botha. I was up with short, slow ball, and no, didn't get away with it. Probably the attempted slow ball bouncer. Just got his line wrong. And the umpire just showed us his arms. He signalled wide. 7 for 106. They've bowled a lot of extras tonight, White Knights. In their analysis, they'll have a look at that. That one's pitched up, and Loveridge tries to get through the offside field on the front foot. Doesn't quite get it. An elusive dot ball at this stage of the innings. Bowled well, as Eric Botha, showing his class. Good cricketer. Puts up some good numbers, especially in this format, playing for South Perth. Had a great season last year in the RetraVision Premier T20 League for White Knights. Oh, a bit of a trick there with his run-up. Just not sure if you noticed that one there. Just tried the old side step in his run-up. Just to put the batter off. Just shows he's got some good control over his skill to be able to do that sort of thing. 2 balls to go in this spell. And Anderson hits that one hard through the offside, but straight to the offside sweeper. Batters take a single. Anderson moves on to 4, and the score on to 108. None for 13. Eric Botha has bowled very, very well. Started well. Come back on well. Angles in, probably too far down the leg side, and that's beaten everyone. Oh no, got a bit of bat on that. Loveridge, very handy boundary there to Singleton. And this is a very crucial little partnership this year between Anderson and Loveridge. So 7 for 112 at the end of 18. We have 12 balls left in this round 1 of the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Loveridge has moved on to his highest score in this competition. You might be wondering, well, it's not that high a score, but he does bat about this sort of position more often than not. And in quite a normal, strong batting lineup, Singleton, he probably doesn't get much of a hit. So that's why. Amardeep Gill to bowl his final over, and 1 for 8 off 3 overs. Magnificent spell so far. So he'll be wanting to close out here. 19th over, he'll want to finish on a high. White Knights just really making sure they've got the field right here. Very leg side dominated field as you'd expect with that type of bowling. Angling it in. And Anderson was able to just get enough on that one. The partnership of 21 there. This is a crucial partnership here for Singleton as in comes Amardeep. Well, that was short. Gets away with that one. Loveridge only able to pick out the deep mid-wicket. They get an easy single. Score moves on to 114. 7 for 114. Loveridge on to 16. Good hand this. In comes Amardeep, right arm over, angling in. Oh, that's another drop. That's another drop. I don't know what the White Knights fine system is, but they could be going to Hong Kong or Hawaii at this stage, I think, at the end of the season trip. In comes Amardeep, bowls up on short. And yet again, the deep mid-wicket is earning his match fee. The ball just keeps getting hit to him and he just keeps fielding it and throwing it back. The other fielders will be wondering what they need to do to get into the game. So just strengthening that leg side field as point comes across. And that was a really good bit of cricket, that. Really good piece of cricket. So, the reason why that was such a good piece of cricket is that was all about the field placement. So they moved one extra fielder onto the leg side, Armadeep bowling right arm in swing or in slant. Loveridge, being the smart cricketer that he is, saw the extra gap, gave himself a bit of room, but obviously high risk. And Armadeep, who's been a dead-eye today with his line and length, takes his second wicket, 2 for 11. And that's the 8th Singleton Irwinians wicket to fall tonight. So we have Josh Prosser coming in to replace Chris Loveridge. And this is the final ball of the penultimate over. First innings of round 1. The RetraVision Premier T20 competition. In comes Armadeep Gill to finish what has been a great spell, or nearly had another one. Thick inside edge. As the batters take a 2. How's that one, umpire? No. A lucky 2, but I guess that's what you've got to do at this stage of the game. And again, statistician scoring extraordinaire for Singleton, just chuntering away. He's got no teeth left at the moment. As he was just going on there, that Prosser just turned blind to make his second. But at the end of the day, he got 2, and the score moves on to 117 as Eric Botha comes on to bowl his final over and the final over of the innings. He's bowled very, very well too, none for 17. 8 for 117. In comes Eric Botha to Anderson, who plays in a miss. Would stop that in the end. He's got the early season fumbles, I think. Probably hasn't had much work early season. So he'll be better for the run, as will every player. Every player will be better for the run. Great part of this competition. Beach training, that's for sure, playing these. In comes Eric Botha, attacking the stumps nice and full, using all his experience. Anderson only able to dig that one out to long off, and they get a single. 8 for 118. Anderson on 7. Prosser on 2. We have 4 balls left. Field moves around as fine leg moves a little bit finer. Moving finer still. Going to attack the stumps here, no doubt. Eric Botha charging in from the Old Coast Road end. Prosser hits that nicely down the ground to long off. They take a single. 8 for 119. Prosser on 3, Anderson on 7 on strike. Bit of a change. The third man comes inside the ring. Deep mid wicket goes out. The straight mid wicket in the inner ring now goes to square leg. We have a long on, a long off, and a boundary right on the offside as in comes. Both are going to bowl full. And Anderson hits that beautifully through the offside. Has he beaten everyone? Yes, he has. That's the arguably shot of the night. That is a great shot. I tell you what, for the older viewers, that had a little bit of one. Kim Hughes, I reckon that one. Just on, he was nearly on the one knee, hitting that one through the covers. Well, he wouldn't know who Kim Hughes is. Oh, he looks like a youngster under the helmet. Leg by there anyway. I'll catch up to the score. 8 for 123. Well, I thought it was very Kim Hughes-esque. Whenever you see anyone get sort of on the one knee, that's the first thing you think of, I reckon. You just think, however many he played at the whacker, it's a good shot there. Done a good job here, Prosser. Just come in and just done his job. And that is that. 8 for 125 at the end of 20 overs here. Peelwood Reserve, round 1 of the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Singleton Irwinians versus White Knights Baldivis. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for White Knight's chase of 126 to win.
What was the score in the end?
125.
125.
So you don't want to really change the score. No ball.
Yeah, we've been back to 6 balls to the over, which we got 3 for 45 still, and we've got 7 over.
Yep. So the score over 126.
No, because the bye was still still 1,
Yep.
and the over was still 1. So it's still 125. We passed the bye for the first, the first ball, that one. The place where no over, which is still 1. Yep.
So there's no buy, so you take the buy off.
Take the bye off and just put no ball in.
Ah, so we'll miss it.
Yeah, so it's 1 no ball for the match, 7 wides and 4 leg byes.
Yes.
Close innings. Close.
Anderson was not out. Not out. Level?
Yes.
Plus another out for Well, okay, go with you. He's going with you. Yep.
Yeah, Orazio. You and Ashley. My role, scoring wise, Tuesday night. All AGO clubs have got to have a scorer doing that. So you're not just getting one of them the teams to do it.
I think that
Because he was keen to do it.
Yeah.
I thought, well,
Yeah.
he's part of the team, and I thought,
Yeah.
why not? So I just think.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's what. Well, it should happen last year, to be fair. But I think it was more.
But they've all got. You know, if you get the club saying they can't provide one, then you just give me a yell. But there's going to be nights when there's at least 2 nights coming up that I can't do. So
Yeah.
because I'm scoring with the.
No, 100%.
And the other thing, as a committee association, scoring with the A grade countryside or the pure side.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to keep scoring where I can. The only times I would miss any of those games with the pure side going away for your country, the build-up games, is if I'm scoring. If I'm scoring, then I'll give a whack. If I'm on the scoreboard, I'll miss the scoreboard to score for you guys. And I don't know what they'll get me to score. They just get me the last minute.
Yeah.
So if you discuss with there's somebody else around that thinks, well, they would like to do it, I'm happy. I'm happy either way.
Yeah. I mean, we'd love you to score if you want to do it.
Yeah, well, I said I'm keen to do it, but you may have somebody who thinks, well, I'd like to give it a crack.
Well, we'd love you.
We've
We've only got one away. Our away game.
Yeah, I had a look at
only
it. You go to Bunbury on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I know I think I'm clear for most of those days at the moment, but so I'm on a panel, and they'll just ring me if somebody else can't. If somebody can't do it, so can you do it? So if it's scoring, I'll do it. But if it's scoreboard, I'm not that fussed with it. I go out to scoreboard and not scoring, I enjoy it. So my recommendation is on Tuesday night, just get one of the pubs to do that. You'll be right. And they know that. I know they're pretty tough.
It's just normal scoring, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got inside knowledge of the players and.
I'm going to have a bit of word with him, and I'll have a bit of a word with you.
Oh, cracking! I bet my word. That's
No, you're going to be umpiring T20 World Cup game. That's serious shit.
scoring.
Who's
Scoring.
that?
Another one. Scoring.
Scoring.
Yeah.
Scoring.
Fire?
Oh, sorry, scoring.
Scoring.
That is good.
Well, I'm sorry.
He's good to travel.
Score a photo.
Hey!
This man does.
Bloody, it's no different. No different to.
If I had to close my eyes, it's bigger than that.
We're not this cold. It all adds up. Everything added up. So we're good.
We've got Cam and Brad coming out. Cam Rain, Brad Williams.
Okay, we're back here for the second innings of the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Round 1, White Knights Baldivis versus Singleton. White Knights Baldivis are now in, and they will be chasing Singleton's 8 for 125. So 126 to win. Okay, so we're just about ready to start here. Singleton to defend 125. I'll just give you a quick rundown of who is on strike, who's bowling and all that sort of stuff. So we have Cameron Rain and Bradley Williams opening the batting here for White Knights Baldivis, and it'll be Cameron Rain on strike. Opening the bowling from this, we'll call it the doctor's surgery end, is Callum Austin, new recruit to Singleton Irwinians, coming over from Rockingham Mandurah in the WA Premier League, Premier Cricket League. So here we go, ball one. Right arm over the wicket. Playing a miss there by Cameron Rain. So you'll hear another voice for the next little while, co-commentating, give us a little bit of inside knowledge from White Knights Baldivis, as in comes Cal Austin. Angles that one in towards the stumps, a little bit too far, and that is a wide. And yeah, the co-host for the next little part will be the president of White Knights Baldivis. Also happens to be the operations manager for the Peel Cricket Association. There's Austin again. Good length. Angled in towards the stumps, and Williams calls Rain through for a single. And that helps his batting partner to get off the mark. That good feeling. Anyway, Daniel Coles, welcome to the coverage.
Thanks, mate. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. It's probably good for the listeners to hear someone else other than myself for the whole time. As Brad Williams takes strike here, takes guard, left-hander, new recruit. And you can tell us a little bit more about Brad Williams?
Yeah, so Brad's a South African, like half our team. Been playing in England for the last 7 years and played in South Africa in their summer, and then gone to England in English summer.
Here comes Austin. It's a good length again. Williams just pokes that into the offside. He gets off the mark straight away.
So Brad's played a bit of first-class cricket in South Africa for Border, and some high-level second county cricket in England, so we're lucky to have him.
It's always good to have some new players in the competition. And that one's chipped in the air by Rain, and somehow beats everybody. As that plugs in the outfield.
It's a nice pitching wedge to the centre of the green.
It was. Most golfers would be happy with that one. Just stopped nicely. None for 4 as Rain moves on to 2. Field moves around for the left-hander. Short cover and catching. Here comes Austin, right arm over the wicket. Angles across. Oh! Hit that one firmly. Did Williams, and Austin probably more of a self-preservation type move.
Stick or they don't. Luckily for us, that one didn't.
I was going to say, Prez, bit of fielding practice on Thursday for some of your boys.
A bit.
Then comes Austin, and Williams hits that high into the sky, plugs though, as it has for all the other shots that have been hit in the air. Just plugging into the ground. And Williams gets a 2. So 6 off the first over, none for 6 here at Peelwood Reserve.
Probably 2 hours of fielding on Thursday, I think, or else, yeah.
Yeah, just, I don't know, I mean, the first inning's always put into perspective by the second, as they say. It's a very cliched sort of saying, but chasing 125, it could have been significantly less if those catches were held.
Definitely, could have been.
But coulda, shoulda, woulda. Normally a good racehorse, that one. So, we have a Chris Loveridge, thought it might have been, from the other end, at the Old Coast Road end. Experienced season campaigner for Singleton Irwinians. Very, very good bowler. One of the better bowlers running around in the Peel Cricket Association. And he'll be bowling to Cameron Rain. And he comes. Nice athletic action. Right on the money straight away. Expect nothing less. Chris would be one of the players, you know exactly what you're going to get, don't you?
Yep. No, he's done the job for them for a long time, hasn't he?
Just a bit of a pro, I reckon. Comes Loveridge to Rain. Little battle. Back of a length, and Rain tried to hit that one onto Old Coast Road.
Good leave by Cam there.
There's been a lot happening in the the off season, especially down your way, Daniel. Club very fortunate to move into a brand spanking new $8 gazillion facility.
Almost seven.
Seven gazillion.
Yeah.
Here comes Loveridge. Slow ball. Great bit of fielding, was that?
Yeah.
It was a chance. Could that go into? I thought it might have been.
Given the benefit, will we? Just short.
Okay.
Yes, no, it was good to play the first game there on the weekend. Unfortunately, the turf didn't get up, but having a look at it today, and I think we'll get on there this weekend. So, no, finally got a good home for the Knights to play.
And you got it's a multi-sport complex. You know, the Baldivis area, or the suburb of Baldivis, is growing by the second.
Yeah.
We've had some great support from various financial sources, but state government, federal government, probably somewhere. The council.
Yeah, the council had to purchase the land, which is rare for a facility like that. So that was a big chunk of the funding was the council, and then obviously state government, federal government, Cricket Australia. Yeah, a lot of different entities that made that complex happen. So we are very, very lucky to be in there.
It's quite amazing, isn't it, to have that, especially in our little competition here. In comes Loveridge, and Rain just slaps that through the offside field. Is it going to go all the way? I think it has. And that's a welcome boundary to White Knights Baldivis. They move on to 12.
So we're lucky to have Cam back. He's had a year or so off, playing the odd game here or there, and I think he's back and committed this year, which is good for us. So he played a bit of district cricket with Rocky Mandurah there, and played a lot of cricket for White Knights as well. So
always good to get players come back. Let's hit that into the offside. They thought about it. Well fielded there by Big Josh Senior. 6 off the over, none for 12 at the end of 2.
yeah, so I think Cam's got his handicap down to where he wants it, so he's going to play cricket again.
Oh. You need a long cord. Oh, I might have. So we've got Cal Austin again from this doctor's surgery end. They're having a really careful look at their field, making sure the right fielder's in the right spot. It's not very often you see a cricket game here in WA where fielders are wearing beanies, but it is that cold, trust me. Here comes Austin for his second over, and Williams dug deep then and dug it out. Run out chance, and they have a very, very, probably a bit of a bonus wicket there.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Very good bit of fielding there by the Singleton fielder. We'll get Josh Prosser, sorry. Yep, diving there in the inner ring, picked it up, threw it back into the bowler. Batter's had a little bit of a stutter, and that was enough.
Bit of lack of talking, I think, there was the problem. Both looked at each other, looked at the fielder.
Bit of ball watching, and unfortunately that's the first wicket to fall here in the White Knights innings. It's 1 for 12, and that's new recruit Brad Williams, unfortunately run out. Or wouldn't have got many. Williams, what did 4? Run out for 4. Victor did all the work there. That was a hard-hitting boundary down the ground by Rain for 4. Austin comes in, and that's hit high into the sky. It's to us. Jesus, we're ducking. Oh, it's cleared us. That's a big 6 there by Cam Rain. 6-4 or 4-6 even. Starting to sound like a tennis match. And all of a sudden, the score is now on 22. 1 for 22.
He may have made up for Barbecue and Brad there.
He's moved on. And depending on if you're a very traditionalist as a coach, you'd be happy with that. 6 and then a defensive shot. If you're a modern day coach, you'd be like, mate, what are you doing?
You want to see another one, don't you?
In comes Austin, pitches it up, and Rain just gets enough on that into that leg side field. Gets another single. So score is now 1 for 23 at the end of 3 overs. So what have you got down there? I mean, I'll have to venture down to the.
I have invited you, but
I know, but it was short notice.
Yeah, no, all good, mate, all good. So we've got a 5-block turf deck. 5-deck block. Hard wicket there. There's obviously 2 full-size footy ovals. Probably what you'd call a 3/4 junior oval and a smaller junior footy oval. Hard courts, indoor hard courts, and they should be ready end of the year, and then outdoor hard courts, I think within about 18 months.
Wow.
So, yeah, like you say, it's a multi-sport, $50-odd million facility that Baldivis are very lucky to have.
Just amazing. There's a lot happening around the competition where clubs are getting access to new or improved facilities, be it new nets or new grounds or new pavilions and or plans coming up.
It's fantastic.
In comes Loveridge and just, oh! Did that carry? We're asking. The umpires are conferring.
Seen a shake from Alan.
Oh. The players are a little bit disappointed, but we don't get that, unfortunately. But well done to the players there. They've just got on with it. And that's the way it should be. So, not out, just short there, according to the umpires. Top ball, and we move on. Here comes Loveridge again. And Rain hits that high into the sky. Not far enough. And that's well taken there by Josh Prosser. It's his second catch, or second dismissal. He was part of the run out at the start. And that's a big wicket. Rain was just starting to look a little bit dangerous there. And if you hear the president start chuntering as well. So 2 for 23 now. As it looks like Eric both are coming in.
Yep, so obviously brother of Steph, our A-grade captain, coming in. Hopefully he's improved his running between the wickets. He was a bit slow last year. Nothing to do with me, that's for sure.
He also played a magnificent innings from what I can remember, one of the games.
Had a really good first grade final last year. Unfortunately South Perth went down, but I think he took a fifer in the final there.
Yep. Good player. One of the better players running around in WA Premier Cricket.
Definitely.
And a White Knights old boy. And
played a lot of junior cricket for us.
One of the beauties of this competition is it allows clubs the opportunity to invite back players that have progressed on to play either at Premier level or moved on to other clubs maybe or other competitions. But a Tuesday night, it's a good option. Come back and play some cricket under lights here. Hillwood Reserve, as in comes experienced Loveridge. Good area, good pace. I think we've got a bit of a cricket match on our hands here.
No, definitely.
Dan? And it's a great way to start the RetraVision Premier T20 League for 22-23. Very, very thankful to RetraVision for their continued support of this competition.
Good to see Eggsy rocking the South Perth lid just to let him know who he is.
Lovely. It's just a bit of a slow ball, that one, I thought. And well bowled, well fielded. Very tight in the inner ring there. They're up and about here, the Singleton Irwinians boys. Just thinking, I mentioned to Tony earlier that if Whitenot's had a fine system to drop catches and things.
If it went to the president, I'd get a new car.
I was going to say the end of season trip's probably going to Hawaii or something like that. Oh, and it's played in a mess. Tony King got a little bit excited there. He thought it might have been another wicket. The dot ball, Maiden, rare Maiden. 2 for 23, the end of 4 overs. So, yeah, although he does play for South Perth, they would have thought the blue lid would also be a fine. If you had any debts to pay or whatever, you'd be paid off by the end of tonight.
Definitely.
Okay, we have a change of bowler here. And this is the Singleton Irwinians captain for the T20 competition. And returning marquee player. He's played for a few years now for Singleton Irwinians. Used to captaining because he's captain of Scarborough Cricket Club in the WA Premier competition. Season stalwart of WA Premier Cricket. Nick Maiolo bowling his little left arm. Sort of Darren Lehman / Michael Clark. I reckon if you can sort of combine those two, you've got that bowling action. If it was Darren Lehman alone, I'd be very cruel because he's half the size of what Darren Lehman was. So it's a bit of both, I reckon. A bit of Darren Lehman and Michael Clark. Yeah. That's 2 there. It's Baron.
Yeah, that's Baron. So.
Yeah, that's Baron Grove batting, by the way, not. It's Baron Grove on strike. The scorers will sort out the scorecard in a minute. Grove just knocks that into the offside. Dot ball. So left arm over here. Nick Maiolo, experienced cricketer. Bowling around the wicket, just angling in at the right-hand batters, not giving them the room to swing their arms. Normally have very good records in T20 cricket. The left arm slow bowl or left arm spinners. Just gets through. That's a dot ball. That's been a good over there by Nick Maiolo. And that ends the 5th over. So 2 for 27. At the end of 4, 5. The end of 5. 2 for 27. So this year, Daniel, you've also got in a 6th grade comp, you've got 7 teams out.
We do. A week before the season will start, we looked at the numbers and thought, oh, we can do this. We've had, like I say, a few people come back. We've had a couple of recruits come in, some juniors who are more than capable of playing senior cricket. So we've jumped in and chucked the 7th team in, and by all reports, I think we'll be fine for the year. So no, it's really good to have those good numbers and a good strong club.
Positive to hear. I mean, it's probably a bit of an admin nightmare, but it's probably a good nightmare to have, and you work it out.
That's the selectors' problem. So I just tell them to pick me where I want, and that's as much as I do in regards to selections. They don't listen to me, but I tell them.
So
I tell them, selectors can be replaced. So.
So Eric Botha just hit that one over the top of the infield there for a single. And Loveridge just a bit of pace, bit of bounce there. Gets through Grove. 2 for 28 here.
Anything back of a length for Baz is up around chest height. He's not the not the tallest man, so.
In comes Loveridge with that really athletic approach. Good athlete, good athletic action.
Tighten it up nicely here.
Yeah.
A couple of new batsmen at the crease will do that.
It's not panic stations by any stretch of the imagination, but it is very, very good bowling here by the very experienced Chris Loveridge. I mean, we are in. It's 3 balls left of his third over, and he's only gone for the 7. No real room. The batters just don't have the room to swing their arms. This could be a key match or key period of the game for Eric Botha here. This White Knights would really love for him to steer it through, be there all the way through.
Yep.
Use his experience and his talent, obviously.
Yeah, genuine cricketer. He's on. He's really on.
Loveridge just speared that in at the toes. Grove's not getting anything here. He's getting no room at all. Really good bowling. Normally a good time here for the non-striker to just walk down and just have a bit of a chat and just say, it's all right, mate. Just get through this ball. In comes Loveridge. And Grove just knocks that into the onside. Takes a quick single.
Nice single last ball of the over.
It's the way Dan Coles normally bats there. Just counts the balls and runs off the last one.
Run on the 6th. That's it.
So 2 for 29 here at the end of 6, is it? RetraVision Premier T20 League. Singleton Irwinians versus White Knights Baldivis. We have White Knights Baldivis chasing 126 to win the first game of the season. Which is, again, proudly supported by RetraVision. Remember, if you are an RAC member, you get an extra 5% discount on top of what is already magnificent prices at RetraVision. All your electrical goods. Iolo back on for his second over, and just gets onto the back foot, hits that out to the deep mid wicket, or deep square even, makes a single, and move on to 30. For 30. Also supported by ESA Sport, all your sporting moments memorable. So for sports memorabilia, coaching, all sorts of different sports. Your clothing, sports kit. That one's short of a length. Both it doesn't beat the inner ring there. These two would have played a little bit of cricket against each other, so they know exactly what they can and can't do, I guess. As the offside sweeper goes out there, well, they're giving himself a bit of extra protection as the two umpires meet. Probably wondering who's going to buy the first beer after the game. I don't know what they would have said then. But anyway, in comes Mayolo, left arm around the wicket, just short of a length, and both are just able to work that into the leg side, take a quick single. They need to keep the scoreboard ticking over. 2 for 31. So you've got 2 overseas players this year, haven't you?
Yeah, well, yes. So Gareth has come across from Zimbabwe, so he actually contacted us, and not again.
Chance.
Almost a carbon copy of last year.
That was a yes, no, maybe, and that was exactly what Eric Botha did last year.
Yeah.
He was on fire.
Definitely run himself out.
And
it
then
wasn't
just
me.
decided to run himself out.
Yeah. No. So Gareth contacted us. He was coming here to study, and I think we were the first one he googled, and we're lucky to have him. So he's He's come across from Zimbabwe and again played a bit of first class cricket over there. Played under 19 World Cup for Zimbabwe. So yeah, very lucky to have him at the club, and obviously Brad as well. So yeah, first time we've had a couple of overseas players, and if they keep going the way they're going, they'll be back on a plane, but we'll be all right.
In comes Myolo, just back of a length. Little bit of room for Grove, who finally gets it through the offside. Bit of a misfield there by the Singleton players there.
Last ball of the over, was it? There we go, yeah.
And he's done it again, Grove. He's nicked the strike.
Expert.
3 off, 2 for 31. They're just building a little partnership here after a little bit of a blip by White Knights. So the first time you've had overseas players at the club?
Yeah, I think so. It's certainly in my time. We've certainly got overseas players. Our club's made up of South Africans and a few Bombs. But as far as, I guess, going out and chasing them or them coming to us in Gareth's case, yeah, so it's quite exciting time for us this year.
It's a big, so not only moving into a new house, but obviously to have an extra team and
renewed focus on I guess on-field success. So we're obviously off-field doing quite well with the facilities and everything that we do off-field, and to try and replicate that on-field this year as well.
It's good to hear progressive sort of movement here within the competition, as we have a change of bowler at the Old Coast Road end, and this is Josh Senior going on to replace Chris Loveridge. Started with a shorter ball to Grove, who was only able to half pull it short mid-wicket. In comes Senior again, bowl it short again, and this time Grove got all of it on the back foot and pulls that through a straight mid-wicket for 4 runs.
That certainly helps, lessens the pressure a bit.
Yeah, handy boundary, they haven't scored for a while. I don't know what that is. I'm sure Grove, that'd be one of his favourite shots, I would have thought. Pulled it up to play it quite a bit. So
He would.
Here comes Senior. We want to pitch it up, probably a little bit better. And
Good
well
run.
played. Well played. Just knocked it into the gap there on the onside, takes a single and brings the experienced Eric Botha on strike. He's been starved the strike really for the last little bit. Hasn't faced for a while. So I hope he hasn't got too cold.
Hopefully you swing those arms and thaw out a bit.
Here comes Senior. Right arm. Last medium. Bowls that one back of a length. Beats the outside edge of Eric Botha. Probably tried to force something that wasn't there. It wasn't really the sort of ball to try to force through the field. And I think that just comes from not being on strike for a while. It's a sort of frustration that comes. You just lose your momentum. So it's only his 4th ball in 4 overs he's faced.
He would be cold.
It's an important factor to think about. That one's short. Both gets on the back foot and just gets enough on that. Just gets away with it. Probably going to look at the toe of his bat there. It's probably, just having a look. Hasn't broken it. Having a look again. Disastrous when you do that, especially if it's your favourite bat. In comes Senior. Just works that through the offside. Doesn't quite get through. That sharp fielding by Singleton in that sharp kit. Scorchers like kit they've got. 2 for 38. It's good to see 2 teams this year, at least the first 2 that have got numbers on their shirts.
Makes your job a bit easier, does it?
It does help. Last season was quite difficult for some teams that had not only did not have numbers, we didn't even have any representatives here, so we had no idea who was there. And in the night sky, it's a little bit
Call them
hard.
all old, mate.
Hey?
Old mate. Old mate coming in the bowl.
So change of bowler from this, the doctor's surgery end. Replacing Nick Maiolo is Josh Prosser. Bowling to Eric Botha. So one left arm spinner to another. And that's a wide ball. I'm not sure where Eric was trying to hit that. Tony King's just informed me that this is a change of bowling style for young Josh Prosser. Gone from a medium pacer to a spin bowler. He's come to the smart side. No use charging it off a long run, is there?
Takes a bit less effort.
Oh, that's better. That's a much better length. That'll ease the nerves a little bit. You'll be happy with that one, and he might just relax into the rest of his over. 3 balls, 1 for 3. Couple of runs there. It's a bit short, and both is just ease onto the back foot, punch that down the ground. A long on for a single. Score moves on to 42. 2 for 42. Both are on 5. Grove on 13. Good length there. Good change of pace. So I've always thought that if I could reincarnate as a cricketer, I'd be a left arm spinner. I just think just a bit of an advantage. That's well bowled. Well bowled. There's a shout for out, and that's out. LBW, and Prosser would be very, very happy with that. Really good comeback there after a bit of a nervous start. And that ends successful over there. And we'll wait and see who the... We've only got a few minutes to get out here, so you want to move quick. So he's now 3 for 42. As in comes the other new recruits in, how do I pronounce his surname? I want to get it right.
If you can let me know, that'd be good. So, Chirawu, I think.
Chirawu.
We'll run with that.
Yep. Gareth Chirawu.
Gaz.
Oh, 1 ball to go. I thought it was over, but that's a great start here by Josh Prosser. So, well done. He'll feel a lot happier in himself, and could be the start of a successful spin bowling career. It'll be good to see.
You got me last year, so not that says anything.
That was well bowled. Good bit of flight. Good release. So. Be happy with that. So Gareth Chirawu has a look at the field and he sees an offside sweeper, a long off and a long on. In comes Prosser. Good start again. Good finish to the over. That's been a great over. Successful over there. 3 for 42 at the end of 9. Get a comparison. Did we get a comparison at all? Four. So 4 for 55, playing 3 for 42. So depends on how you look at that. You know, how much of an advantage is the extra wicket?
Yeah. Yep. I think if we can keep these in hand and tick it over, it should be still pretty even. So
yeah. Behind the run rate, behind the required run rate, but there's no panic yet. I think this is where Eric Botha's experience needs to come out. He really needs to anchor this home. In comes Senior, pitches it up. So Dan, if I put your other hat on, you're the operations manager for the Peel Cricket Association. How are you enjoying that role?
Yeah, no, it's good. So it's yeah, really good to be involved in the association and assist with the running of the competition. So 1 week in, and so far I'm enjoying it.
Well, that one goes totally against one of the other cricket cliches there, is you never run on a misfield. But to be fair, he waited and waited and waited and realised it got through far enough. So Eric Botha moves on to 6, and that brings Chirawu onto strike. Josh Senior bowling to him. So is Gareth more a batter or a bowler? What's his?
Batter.
He's
yeah,
more
yeah.
a batter. Okay.
Does bowl that handy off spin, but yeah, predominantly in the team is a batsman.
Shout there, probably more in hope than anything else. I don't think they were overly confident. These conditions will be testing out poor Gareth.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit fresh.
They're testing us. So he's got the advantage of running around, though.
Yeah, I don't think you get too many nights like this in Zimbabwe. I wouldn't have thought.
No, I don't think so.
As in comes Josh Senior, but that was short of a length, and that was stylishly played through the offside, but didn't quite beat it. Still to get off the mark. So just important, no one panics here. Quiet nights. Yeah, and I mean, I guess most people probably know, but for those that don't, in the off season, I don't know whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, but I was elected the president of the Peel Cricket Association. So
the last man standing at the AGM.
I was probably the last man standing. That's the sort of thing, isn't it? As Chirenberg tries to get over the infield and he doesn't. Tried to play an attacking shot, got more of a leading edge, and that went to backward point. And that was Chris Loveridge, who ran back and took a fairly comfortable catch in the end in his beanie. And that's an unfortunate wicket there for White Knights Baldivis, and their chase is under a little bit of pressure here. 4th wicket to fall, 4 for 43.
We could do with a couple of beanies over here, mate. So
I think we
could
could.
get our merch man onto that.
I think we could. And I think the White Knights might want a little bit of a partnership here, because
We do. Aidan Lynn comes out to bat, left-hander.
we have a little change of scenery then. Left-hander coming out.
These two have probably played a bit of junior cricket together, I'd say.
So they need something here, because wickets are falling. Might have to keep Tony King and Daniel Coles separated here. Tony King's a bit happy. Daniel's not so happy. You're trying to stay calm, but
Yeah, no, I think we still got some batting to come. So as long as we can steady the ship and you know lift it a little bit, we should be all right.
Josh Senior's got one more ball to bowl here in this his second over. He's got 1 for 7. Score is 4 for 43. Singleton doing a good job here defending their 1-2-5. That's a dot ball. And that ends this. So that's 9 overs gone. 10 overs gone. Yep, 10 overs gone. We are 4 for 43. So run rate is just falling away. Run rate required is increasing. So 8.3 is required from this stage. That's, again, not panic stations just yet, but they can't really afford to lose too many more wickets at this stage of the game, I wouldn't have thought.
Some special comments from Dylan Gray, former White Knights player, mate. How you finding the cold, mate?
Oh, she's a bit chilly, but it's good to finally get a good run around. I've been back.
Roll the arm over, mate. Warm up a bit.
Oh, I bloody hope so. I'll tell you that right now.
The captain, the single, mate.
Here we go. Run out chance here. Oh. So it's getting to that stage. So again, Eric both hasn't really had too much strike over the last little while, and this time that one.
He's due, isn't he? There we go.
There we go. Full toss, and he's taken that one. Very nice. He's hit that a long, long way.
Should be
long
8, really.
way. And that's a huge 6. And a welcome 6 there. Moves the score on to 57. Roster just lost that one a little bit. So yeah, we're lucky to have a player here. They're rotating their plays here. So Dylan, so it is cold out there, obviously, as a player.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It gets pretty warm under the pads and running around, obviously. But no, she's definitely a fresh one.
It must be good to get playing this early in the season. Normally rains and all that sort of stuff. So to actually play, players, you must be thinking like, yeah, it's cold, but how good is it?
Oh, mate, I'm so glad to be back. I reckon most of these boys are definitely go away from the families for a bit, eh?
Yeah. No, it's really good to hear, and you can tell. I mean, both teams are, these are challenging conditions early in this season, but both teams are up and about and putting on a really good show, and we've got a good game here. 4 for 52, chasing 1, 2, 6. So what did you guys think of the score at one? Was that about par?
Yeah, no, we're definitely looking for over 100. We believe anything above 100 is definitely defendable.
Yep.
No, but it was like I was saying before, definitely nice to finally get out there and have a hit after so long.
Yeah. But after you guys you were out there for a while, so once you sort of thought, on this pitch, these conditions, you thought 125, you'll.
Yeah, definitely, and it's only going to get colder as the night goes as well. So.
Yep.
And more windy. The ball was doing a bit early, which was good.
And this is the first free hit of the night, as the spinner, the second. Sorry, the second. But spinner. I can't talk too much. In my day, I've bowled a few too many as a leg spinner. But anyway, here we go. Free hit. So buckle in, everyone. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled. He made up for it there.
The Dill Gray player mic'd up for RetraVision and ESO Sport. Thanks, Dill.
Thanks for your time, Dylan. So that's exclusive there. Really good to get the players' perspective there. And I'm quite chuffed to actually hear that they're pumped to be playing, So
yeah, that's it.
It's really good. We're fortunate to have a really good competition here that's supported by fantastic sponsors. RetraVision is the RetraVision Premier T20 League, sponsored by ESA Sport, make every sporting moment memorable, and Everlast Sports Drinks. Top of the range sports drinks. As in comes Senior. And that is another wicket, and that is a crucial wicket, as Eric Botha, probably disappointingly, just
trying to make something
there out of nothing. At the end of the day, he's just chipped it to cover. And yeah, Josh Prosser in a wicket again, catches, run-outs, you name it. And that is a big, big wicket. And that's the 5th wicket down. And I dare say White Knight's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yep, still got batting to come, so Ben Merrifield coming out.
So Ben Merrifield replaces Eric Botha. 5 for 53. We are in the 11th over. The 12th over, actually.
And with that, I might go get the Halshead president to go buy me a beer, I think. So. Or an Everlast sports drink. One of them.
Everlast sports drink. Okay, well, thanks for your time.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
Much appreciated. So that was the president of White Knights, Baldivis, who's walking away, just in case he says something he doesn't want to say on air. But it's always good to get the perspective of inside, the inner ring, inner sanctum of each club, and we'll do a bit of that throughout the season. 5 for 53, White Knights Baldivis in a little bit of trouble here, and Singleton Irwinians from ball one, really, started well in the field. And Just seen another dot ball, 2 for 7, and this is third over. He's having a good game. Did a great job with the bat, really dug Singleton out of a bit of a hole, and he's just come straight on. He's got 2 for 7, bowled extremely well, the big fella. Very handy all-round cricketer for the Irwinians. Just hitting a good length there as Merrifield gets off the mark. Guiding that one for third man. 5 for 54. Here's Hayden Lynn on strike. Remember, RetraVision for all your electrical goods. Be it your white goods, be it your computers, mobile phones, hair dryers. And comes, so he hits a good length, and Lynn just whips that through the leg side. Is that going to get to the boundary? No, it isn't. Oh, maybe. Oh, bit of a misfield, but got away with it. Anthony Burt there on the leg side boundary. Did enough to save that, and Lynn comes back for 2. The RetraVision, already some of the best prices on the market for all your electrical goods. And if you go in with an RAC card, if you're an RAC member, you get an even bigger discount. As Hayden Lynn tries to hit that one into the pavilion. Playing a miss, a bit of a swish. And Josh Senior continues 2.5 overs, 2 for 10. He's having a great game. He'd be probably leading the sports bet odds, I reckon, for player of the match at the moment. Particularly if the team in orange get over the line. Then he comes to end his third over. That was a good area as Lynn just bunts that to mid-off. Takes the single. And moves the score on to 57. I believe 5 for 57 at the end of 12 overs here. Peelwood Reserve. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Singleton Irwinians taking on White Knights Baldivis. Round 1. First game of this, the exciting RetraVision Premier T20 League. One of the great leagues in Perth Metropolitan Cricket. Attracts some really good players, some really good guest players, and some really good ones on show here tonight. We've got Nick Maiolo, who is the captain of Scarborough Cricket Club, stalwart of WA Premier Cricket, and has been the marquee player or visiting player, whatever you want to call him, for a few years now for Singleton. On comes Brad Ranford from this, the doctor's surgery, and these right arm overs, and Hayden Lynn hits on high into the night sky and somehow misses everybody. Got away with that. Ranford just thinking himself a little bit unlucky there. Didn't go to hand. Right arm over the wicket. Sort of brisk medium pace. Here comes the experienced Brad Ranford. Was a good length. Merrifield swings hard, gets a thick outside edge, runs away to the third man boundary. Is it saved? It was. Really good bit of fielding there. And that's only 2. 5 for 60. They're really up and about here, Singleton. Doing some great work in the outfield. Some good bowling. It's a good shot down the ground. But only a single to the long off. That's an extra run to Merrifield. They move on to 61, the White Knights Baldivis. That's a little bit wide, and that's what the umpire thought. He takes his hands out of his pockets where he's trying to keep warm. And There'll be an extra ball that Brad Branford has to bowl. That's an extra run to the total, 5 for 62. Really good to get out this early in the season. In comes Brad Branford, and that's a good shot there by Lynn, who hoiks that into the leg side field. 1 bounce, 4 runs. And that is a welcome boundary to the White Knights Baldivis boys. Lynn moves on to 8, and the score now 66. They need a few more of those to boost up that required run rate. The long on just stays a little bit wider now. And, wow, I don't know how that got out there. As he practices what he was trying to do, he was trying to sort of work that one around the corner with a little ramp. And in the end, he somehow got that on the offside. I'm still not sure how, but he did. And after all that, it was a dot ball. Action-packed dot ball. In comes Ranford to finish the over, his first. That was a good length, and Lynn just hoiks that around the corner. Doesn't quite beat the inner ring. Takes a single. Score moves on to 67 at the end of 13. 5 for 67. So, Bob Brahm is coming on to bowl. So just acknowledging some of the listeners here, and please remember to, you can join us throughout the show, throughout the coverage. So Bob Brahm bowling, oh, left arm wrist spin. And that's, oh! Hayden Lynn definitely likes bringing the crowds back. He's trying to play every shot under the sun. He nearly got himself in a little bit of trouble there, but got away with it, got the 2. So, Bob Brahm bowling left arm wrist spin. Off the wrong foot even. And Lynn just hoiks that around the corner and gets another welcome boundary. He's nice little hand here. He moves on to 15 off 14, and it's 5 for 73. So yeah, you can always send in a message through Messenger, through the Peel Cricket Association page. So got a message there from Jason Sandiford, who's a player in the competition. And he's tuning in from Darwin. So thanks, Boof. Hope you are enjoying it up there. And I dare say it's probably a little bit warmer there than it is here. As Lynn just gets another single. Score moves on to 74, 5 for 74. And there's another one. And there's a very good name. Thank you for joining us in the coverage there, Mr. Wiley, Mr. Young Teague Wiley. Surprised you've got time to tune in, mate, with all the media you've been doing lately. I'll see if I get a response there. That's a good shot there. That's a great shot there by Merrifield. Single though, to the leg side sweeper. Score moves on to 75, 5 for 75. RetraVision Premier T20 League. There's Bob Brahm. Bowls another left arm wrist spin, and Lynn, oh great bit of fielding there, superb. And that's Loveridge yet again. The athlete, the experienced cricketer, and that's exactly what it's all about. Used his smarts, tapped it back, saved a certain boundary, and they only got 2, and beats the outside edge, and that ends the over. Thanks, Teague. Teague just said, always got time to watch the Peel lads. And it was fantastic to watch the young man do so well last week for WA in a fantastic win for WA, getting off the mark, defending that Sheffield Shield. I reckon everyone probably knows that one, Tony. I reckon you have to hide under a rock to not know all that sort of stuff. But yes, it was one of the youngest players in the history of Australian cricket to get a century in Sheffield Shield cricket. So well done, Teague. And but like he said, more importantly, it got WA a great win to start the season. A lot of cricket coming up over the next little bit. We've got first class cricket. We've got World Cups. We've got all sorts of stuff happening. That's a good ball there by Terry. Sorry, by Brad. What's his name? I jumped one ahead. So if Terry grabs hold of the mic, you can do both. You can do both. Yes, you can. Okay, so just very quickly, it's on. The mic's on. You've just got to talk into it. As
Hang on.
Merrifield just whacks that through the leg side for a single. So our own Terry McNeil is going to basically he's been called up from the reserves to the seniors in footy speak. He's going to be doing some scoring during the T20 World Cup.
Only for the media, not official score, just the immediate score at Optus.
Well, that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good if you ask me. So you did the game yesterday at the Wacker, I believe.
I did the Indian practice match, yes, and doing the one on Thursday as well.
It just shows that the tentacles of cricket in this region in Peel just spread far and wide. So we've got scorers that are doing top first class and international cricket. We've got young former players running around just sort of showing everyone how it's done, playing first class cricket and making centuries and all that sort of stuff. As in comes Radranford bowling nice and full, and Lynn slaps that through the offside, but he's not going to beat Loveridge there on the offside. They take a second and get back quite easily. This is a very handy innings here by Hayden Lynn. Really taking hold, 5 for 80. He's got 20 of them.
I thought I might have missed one.
So in comes Ranford, right arm over. And just as I say that is the commentator's curse. That is the classic commentator's curse. I'm very, very sorry, Hayden, and all the White Knights fans that are listening out there. I apologise. I've done it. That is my first wicket for the season. And that's the first moron of the season. Unfortunately, there's a few of them every Tuesday when we tend to commentate these games. But that there is the 6th White Knights wicket to go down. And that's Hayden Lynn, caught behind off the bowling of Brad Branford. 6 for 80. And yeah, I think this is Reed Stewart coming in. So for those that remember, Terry, stalwart of the competition, does a lot of work scoring for Pinjarra Cricket Club, but also done the ground for many, many years. But how many wickets did I get last year doing this sort of stuff, where I just about give praise to a batter and then the next ball or two?
Just about every time you praise someone, there's a wicket.
So I'll probably get to the point where clubs are going to bar me from saying anything good about anybody. Well, Tony King here is just saying, just keep going for it. So Reed Stewart is the new batter for White Knights Baldivis. And he just chips it in the air, and oh my lord, there's another one. 6 for 80 is now 7 for 80, and that's a golden duck for Reed Stewart. Probably hasn't had the greatest day. So unfortunately for Reed, he probably had a match he'd rather forget. Didn't have the greatest night with the gloves, and First ball, he's just chipped that to point, and that ends his innings, that ends his night. That was a simple catch by Dylan Gray there, a backward point, and 7 for 80 are White Knights Baldivis in a spot of bother, chasing 126 for victory. $126 required. So thanks, Pete Russell, watching from Esperance. We've got, oh, there you go. Big Andy Peckover saying, well done, Terry.
Peckover.
Yep.
Where is Peckover now?
Yeah, where is he? Yeah, but why isn't he here tonight? Oh, there you go. So thanks for that, Andy Peckover. Terry's chuffed with that one. And as the statistician next to me just said, Andy's going to play his 400th game. You're a silly man, Andy. That's too many games. And that was a single to Merrifield. Yep, 7 for 81. And that brings Jai Sinclair on strike. Daniel Jones. Yep, paying $1.20 from here, he reckons. You sure it's not shorter than that? And family duties. Fair enough, Dad. Fair enough. So Sinclair off the mark, single. 7 for 82. As Bob Brahm continues, left arm wrist spin. Oh, nearly got his second. No, nearly got his first, sorry. Good bit of loop on that one. Bit of a rarity this. You don't see too many left arm wrist spinners in any cricket. Good bit of length. Good line, good length. Very handy. Very handy. So none for 12 off 1.4 here. Quite accurate. 10.15 is the required run rate from here, and we have a stumping, and spinners are always going to be a chance at this stage of the game. And that's Merrifield stumped off the bowling of Bob Brahm, who's bowled quite well here. 8 for 82. And White Knights Baldivis just falling over here. So this will be Steph Botha. Batting a lot lower than he should be, I would have thought. You never know, this could be a tactic, could be a rearguard action, I don't know. Played some handy knocks last year in all cricket. They'll need something from here. 44 from 25, so the score is achievable, but with only 2 wickets left, makes it pretty hard. But the beauty of this format is that anything can happen, and the game's not over until the last ball is bowled. And if I pull out one more cliche, one of you can smack me in the head. As on comes Bob Brahm to finish a very good over. So a wicket, 2 runs, and the score is 8 for 82. We have 4 overs left here in the first round. Yes, he is. And he's not bowling. Oh, boo. Nick Maiolo, what are you doing? Oh no, he's going to give him the... Deary me. I wonder if someone reminded him then. So Brad Ranford on a hat-trick here. We had one last year. We had two last year, I think. 2 hat-tricks last year, so this could be the first one of the season. So here we go. Brad Ranford on a hat-trick. And he comes right arm over the wicket. Oh, right on the money. I think Jai knew. Just played it very carefully back. Top ball. 8 for 82. So 11.48. Every dot ball from here makes it harder and harder. In comes Ranford. Good shot there. Sinclair down the ground. Just a single. They need a lot more than singles here, do White Knights. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Live and exclusive coverage here. On the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Channel. Every Tuesday. From here until February. In comes... just short of a length, and that's worked around the corner by Steph Botha. Another single, 8 for 84. Singleton Irwinians doing very, very well. Won it 2 years ago, this competition. We're premiers of the Peel Cricket Association a couple of years ago, one of the more successful teams of recent seasons. And if they get over the line here, they'll be very, very happy, and they'll be very happy statistician slash scorer slash historian slash Collingwood tragic in Tony King here. 8 for 84. 85 even. Here comes Ranford. That'll be wide, I reckon. That is wide. 86. Frame rate just creeping up. It's over 12 now. Ooh, just over the infield there. Both takes a single. For 87. Sinclair tried to hit that one over the mid-wicket boundary in the end, got a thick outside edge, went to the third man, or toward the third man boundary. Got a single. Moves them on to 88. 8 for 88 after 17. So it's great to see some very loyal supporters here. It is like they're at the football because they've all got blankets and jackets and all sorts of things here in the grandstand here at Peelwood. So remember, as the season heads along and we get some nice balmy evenings, that this is the place to be. Come watch some live cricket, T20 cricket. Bar is open. Good entertainment. On comes Bob Brown for his third over. Left arm wrist spin. Sinclair just plays a nice cut shot to Chris Loveridge out there on the offside boundary. Both are just thinks that to short third man, and Bert dives, throws it back in. Sinclair on strike. He's on 5. 8 for 90. White Knights as Bob Brahm comes on. Starting to really land his left arm wrist spinners, and that's hit hard through the offside. Has he beaten Oh, desperate dive by Loveridge, but the hand wasn't strong enough to keep it away from the boundary, and that's a much needed boundary there by Sinclair for White Knights Baldivis. They move on to 94. Oh no, it wasn't. That's wide. So I have to bowl that one again. Score moves on to 96. Well flighted there. Sinclair comes down the wicket. Doesn't quite beat the deep mid wicket. They get a single. Score moves on to 96. Sinclair on to 10. 2 balls left in this, the 18th over. That's a good shot there by both. The inside out against the spin. And that's a very good shot. That's 4, and that brings up the 100 for White Knights Baldivis. I did suggest that Steph's batting a little bit low there. I don't think he's a number 10. I think he's a bit higher than that, so not quite sure what happened there. So the game's not over yet. And both hits that one hard down the ground. Is he going to get another boundary? He does. And 8 for 104. That's a big over there. Big over. 8 for 104. Both the moves on to... Tell you in a second. So we've got 12 balls left, 2 overs in this game, and 24 runs required. And for those of you that were watching last season, there were plenty of games in very similar situations that went right down to the wire, and team chasing would have won, or the team defending would have just won. It's the beauty of T20 cricket. So both is on 11 of 6, Sinclair on 10 of 8. 22 runs required off the final 12 balls. As Big Josh Senior, who's had a great game, comes on to bowl his final over, and the final over from this, the doctor's surgery end, and he'll be bowling to Jai Sinclair. First couple of balls here are going to be crucial. If they can get us a boundary away somewhere, I really think it's game on. Here we go. Sinclair's a swing and a miss. Brave bowling there by Senior. He bowled it just outside the off stump. Gave a bit of room. Sinclair probably lost his shape and should have maybe tried to hit that over the offside. In comes Senior. And Sinclair's hit that high. Has he hit it long enough? He has hit it long enough, and that's 6. That's a big 6. That's what he's trying to do the first ball, and Josh Senior pretty much bowled the same ball there. And this time, Sinclair was able to hold his shape and hit that over. 8 for 110. 16 required. 10 balls remaining. Take the leg by. Take the leg by. That brings both are on strike. 15 off 9. Both these batters are capable of hitting a big ball. Another boundary here. And I'm not sure if Tony King's going to be as confident as he was about 5 minutes ago. It's a big ball, this one, in the whole scheme of things, I think. Here we go. And both has hit that hard, hit that flat. And Anthony Bird has taken a great catch. That is a, well, I did call it. I said this is a big ball in the whole scheme of things. Both has got under it. Hit that hard, hit that flat. And Anthony Bird's taken a great catch. Because that was travelling. Held his shape. And that is the 9th wicket to fall. It was a handy little partnership there. They only needed to hit that very hard, very firm. That only needed to go a metre or two either side, and that was 4. Because I don't think Bert would have had a chance to move. He hasn't quite shaken the hands here. He might give us an indicator of how much that stung the hands. I don't know if he will or not. He's hiding it. He's hiding it. He's having a look. That's a big, big wicket. That was a big ball. And that brings Amardeep Gill. It has to be, doesn't it? It's not. That's Miles on strike, or was on strike. Play 12, bat 11, isn't it? Yeah. So Josh Sinclair, all on him. And he's hooked that around the corner. That's a bit of an unfortunate ball there. It's a boundary, but that's also the final ball of that over. Ten required off 6 balls, 1 wicket in hand. So this will be Chris Loveridge to bowl the final over, I dare say. It's game on here, ladies and gentlemen. It was looking like it was petering out to a fairly comfortable win here to Singleton Irwinians. Couple of lusty blows, and it is game on. 10 off 6. So they're having a real good think about the field here. Oh.
Lights have gone out.
Lights have gone out here, unfortunately, and I don't know if we can put them. We probably can't put them back on.
Yeah, they'll take a while to warm up.
I don't know why they did that. There's an automatic off. So,
Face up, face up.
I have to bring on slow bowlers on this.
No, you take a while for them to cool down and warm up again.
I'll try. Well, this will be interesting, yeah? So I've yeah, it's very, very interesting. Well, they must have. So that might be game over. They're not LED lights, I don't think. So LED lights you can switch on and off. These might take a bit of time to come back on. Yeah, we might have a problem. Yeah, we might have a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the City of Andrew have decided that that is it. There is an automatic timeout, and we've tried to put them back on, and the automatic system is saying too late, too late, too late. I did.
We started just before the hour. They were in. They were in.
one.
Yeah. So we've got it.
By one. Fucking hell.
So we're accepting that as the go-to?
I'm not an umpire, mate. I'm just here to catch it up.
Alright.
What the last guy, is it, did you book it to a certain time? Or? Is it last time booked to a certain time with the council?
It says total loaded.
Do you request the lighting obviously on a Tuesday night?
No, they're on a code. We put a code in, they should stay off until the time.
Oh,
Basically
really?
going by the duck off.
What do we do?
Okay. So don't process it.
Just leave it.
In progress.
Well, Dan can override. Are we turning in class?
I got the book off on Months ago, all the crew, I don't do them.